47-39 lead right now as we start second half action. Bulldogs open up with the ball. Hickerson has it. He's played incredibly well here so far in this game. Over to Prather on the left side. Can't do anything with it. He'll give it back up to Frazier. Your 5 on the court for the Bulldogs. Benachik, Josh Wilkerson, who kicks it out to Prather for 3, and it's good. Josh Wilkerson drives the paint and finds Cameron Prather open, and that's the 8th three-pointer of the ball game for the Bulldogs. Your 5 on the floor, Frazier, Hickerson, Josh Wilkerson, Prather, and Benachik. Trail back door, and they get a great look. I don't know how he hit that as he just lobbed it up to Bull. Bull had the angle, and he doesn't come down with it and puts it back in. So back to a 9-point game here. Bulldogs back on the offensive end. Frazier with it, off to Hickerson. Hickerson over to Josh. Josh, top of the key. Now goes inside to Benachik. Benachik's layup on the way. Great move by Uros Benachik. Head fake, got his man in the air, took one dribble in and kind of flipped it up. European-style basketball at its finest right there. Benachik from Slovenia, the sophomore, coming in at 6'10". 52-41 now your score. Minute and a half into the second half. Bulldogs look like they've come out with energy. Cottrell out of the corner, and he nails it. I mean, you've just got to stick on him as good as you can. He is just lights out. 17 points, 3 out of 4 from behind the arc. Now, what do you do with that guy? Jeez. Hickerson, top of the key. Over to Josh on the left wing. He's going to go baseline. A little floater on the way, and it's good. Josh Wilkerson. Now at 10 points in the ball game. 3 Bulldogs in double figures. Coach said he felt like if he had a chance to win this game, he needed 4 guys to be in double digits. Well, he has 3 of them, and we still have an entire half to play. That also means they have an entire half to play. On the backside, a lob down low to McWhorter, and he misses the dunk. Benachik comes up with it. Prather's going to push it, and his layup's good. Cameron Prather, and now a steal by Hickerson. He goes baseline, his floater, no good. Josh Wilkerson gets the rebound, his shot, he's blocked. The Bulldogs fast and furious here in the second half. What a step in by Marquell Hickerson to pick that thing off. Bulldogs playing tough here in this ball game. They're shooting 59% from the field, 19 out of 32 as a team. First shot for Josh up and good. 57-44, and checking back into the ball game will be Mike Walker. Boy, you just love the intensity. That's all you want. When you're watching your team play, you just want to see effort, energy. Win, lose, or draw, that's what you want to see, and the Bulldogs have had that here today. Second shot no good by Josh. 57-44 your score. Cottrell with the ball now. Right side. Gives it up to McWhorter. McWhorter will hand it back to him. Another 3 on the way. This one, he actually missed one, but a rebound down low by Walker. So he finally misses a shot, and his team gets an offensive rebound and put back. Back to an 11-point lead, 57-46. Hickerson, left side. Josh, top of the key. Trying to get in the paint, gets cut off. Josh will have to back it back out. And we're going to get a timeout, Bulldogs. Close to a 5-second call. He was trying to get some separation, but good defense by Georgetown didn't allow it. So we'll take the timeout with them. For a team that averages almost 90 points per game, they've got them below their pace here this afternoon so far. Down to the low block now. They get it to Frazier. Frazier spin move. Shots on the way. This one off the mark. Up to Walker. Walker quickly into the front court. 15-footer on the way. That one's good. And they just push the ball. I mean, you're never comfortable with any lead. 9-point lead now for the Bulldogs. They've got to keep the intensity up. You cannot let off for a moment. Over to Frazier, top of the key, swings it to Benachik. Benachik from 15, and it's good. I don't know if they checked the scouting report, but that 6'10" guy can shoot. McWhorter gave him all the room he wanted, and he knocked it down. Now should have been a turnover. Somehow finds Cottrell. His little floater on the way, no good. Ball's knocked out of bounds. It'll go back to the Bulldogs. And Cottrell now has missed his last 2 shots, and he's not happy with himself. Most people wouldn't be too upset after the night he's had so far, but 20 points, that's right on his average. But he knows his team needs more right now. 59-48, Bulldogs back on the offense. Benachik, top of the key, hand it off to Josh. They'll reset their offense as they want to get it to Hickerson. Can't get it to him. Now they'll go over. 3-pointer on the way. Cameron Prather, this one rims out. Pushing the ball up the court. They get it into the paint to Washburn, and Washburn kicks it back out for a 3. No good. Frazier cleans up the glass. Well, if you feel like you can keep this team, keep a 10-point lead or so and get it to 5 minutes, they might not know what to do. Coming off their first loss, they've only got 4 on the season. They throw it up to Benachik now. He can't do anything with it. Out to Josh for 3 on the way. Good! The Bulldogs continue their hot shooting. They now have 9 3-pointers in this ball game. 62-48 is your score. Down to McWhorter on the low block. Shots on the way. They're going to call a foul on Benachik, and I'm okay with that. Benachik will just pick up his first. That will send McWhorter to the free throw line, who's a great free throw shooter, already 5 out of 5 today on the season. McWhorter, 65%. Between McWhorter and Cottrell, I don't know, he misses that one. I don't know if you'll find a better guard post duo in the NAIA. Both very, very complete players. Checking into the ball game for the first time this half for the Bulldogs, Telvin Wilkerson and Paul Williams. Benachik Prather headed to the bench for a breather. Second shot by McWhorter on the way, and this one's good. 62-49 now your score. Little defense now, a little full court defense. Paul Williams, shot partially blocked. Coming out with it, it's going to be Georgetown. Into the front court goes Bull. Bull's going to hand it off to Burns. Burns shot on the way, no good. Gets his own rebound. Somehow gets it back over to Cottrell, and Cottrell knocks it down for his 22nd point. Back to an 11-point game, just under 14 and a half to play. Hickerson gets it across the timeline to Williams. Now they'll give it back to Hickerson to set up the offense. Cannot let off the gas. Hickerson, top of the key, loses the handle. Ball's kicked. And coming up with it, Bulldogs somehow managed to get it, but now it goes back over. I can't even call it fast enough. Now somehow Josh Wilkerson, now this is going to come out with a 3-and-1. Josh over to Telvin. Telvin's going to take it right to the rim and finishes it. Ball just batted around, a little helter-skelter basketball, but it all results in 2 points for the Bulldogs, 64-51. Everything coming up roses for the Bulldogs right now. Let's hope it can stay that way. McWhorter, spin move in the paint, hook shot on the way, good. 14 now for McWhorter. 64-53, 11-point lead for the Bulldogs. Over to the left wing, they go to Josh. Josh is going to be trapped, but he's going to get it over to Hickerson to set up the offense. Hickerson, right side. Up top, Frazier. Over the left side now. No, he's going to keep it. Spin move. Reverse. On the way, no good. And McWhorter's going to come up with it. Cottrell's going to push the ball. Down in the corner, they get it to Walker, and he travels. Just the 9th turnover for Georgetown. Bulldogs, meanwhile, with only 5 in the ball game. Just 1 here in the second half so far in the first 7 minutes of play. That's going to give E.J. Sandoval the chance to check into the ball game for Georgetown. Also looks like we're going to get Benachik back into the game for Frazier. 64-53, Bulldogs with an 11-point lead with 13 minutes to play in the ball game. They lead the number 9 team in the country, Georgetown College. Georgetown coming off a loss by Lindsey Wilson, but it took 100 points by Lindsey to pick up that win. Might take that many by the Bulldogs here today. Hickerson, left side. Up top, Williams. Williams thought about a 3, doesn't do it. Over, they get it to Benachik. Benachik this time covered up. They're not going to give it to him twice, says McWhorter. 10 on the shot clock. Williams backs up. Right side, trying to get in the paint. Ball's batted around. It's going to be off of Williams. So back over to Georgetown. Got to keep the defensive intensity up. Cottrell already with 22, McWhorter with 14, Walker with 8. Nobody else with more than 3. McWhorter left side, gives it up to Sandoval, top of the key. Trying to go over to Cottrell, can't do so. Now on the right side, driving into the paint is Walker, and they're going to call a foul on Cumberland. They call Marquell Hickerson on the foul. That's his second. That's going to send Mike Walker, the junior from Lexington, to the line. He's a 73% shooter on the season. Walker today has not been to the free throw line, but has 8 points after going 4 of 9 from the field. And that one falls in for him. The free throw line has kept the Tigers in this game. They're now 16 out of 18. 10-point lead now for the Bulldogs. If Walker can hit this one, it'll be cut to a 3-possession game. Shots on the way, and this one's good. Down to a 9-point lead. Bulldogs trying to get it into the front court. Flagler just checked into the ball game. Alex Flagler, almost said AJ for some reason. Now an almost turnover, and you're starting to feel the momentum swing a little bit here, back in the favor of Georgetown, but every time that has happened in this game so far, the Bulldogs have done a good job regaining control of the game. They have a 9-point lead with the ball now, 12 minutes to play in the ball game. Over in the left corner, they go to Josh. Josh into the paint, and it's going to be stripped, but they're going to say Cottrell was out of bounds. And that'll bring us to a media timeout with 11:56 remaining in the ball game. 64-55 is your score. Your Bulldogs lead the number 9 team. Starts at 6:15 Central Time right here at GoCumberlandAthletics.com. The Bulldogs men and women basketball teams will play their final regular season game on Thursday, February 26th at home against Lindsey Wilson. On the ensuing inbounds, we're going to get a foul on Georgetown. They whistle Walker with that. So with 11:55 left to play, Bulldogs with the ball in a 9-point lead. They get it inbounds this time. They're trying to deny it to the point guard. Now they're going to get over to Telvin Wilkerson. Out of the timeout, Wilkerson, Williams, Flag, and Benachik. And Benachik with in the ball game. Cottrell flying out of bounds to try to steal that one, but unable to do so. Great hustle that time by the junior. Get it into Flag now. Benachik open for 3, right wing, no good. And nobody there but Georgetown players for the rebound. Trail over to the right side, he gets it to Walker. Walker into the paint, now kicks it back out top to Bull. Now up top to Walker. Under 11.5 to play. Walker goes to the left side. Bounce pass over to Cottrell. He's guarded by Flagler. Cottrell wants to go inside. He gets it into McWhorter. McWhorter can't do anything with it. Back out to Cottrell, guarded by Flagler. Cottrell now gets it over to Sandoval. 9 on the shot clock. Then they get it inside, and he's going to be fouled. They get it to Walker, and he makes the shot. Josh got picked at the top and couldn't get there in time. He forced a foul, but just couldn't get a good enough foul on him, and that's going to get Josh out of the game with his 3rd foul as Marquell Hickerson comes back in. And headed to the free throw line is Mike Walker, 73% shooter on the season. Walker, 2 out of 2 this afternoon. Misses that one, and Benachik able to grab the rebound. A rare miss for the Georgetown Tigers. 64-57 now your score. Bulldogs with the lead. Flagler to the rim, and he's going to be fouled. Alex Flagler attacking the rack, getting rewarded with a foul. This time they call McWhorter for his 3rd. Would love to see the Bulldogs continue to attack, see if we can get him with his 4th. So, Flag to the line. Has not been there this afternoon. Flag on the season. As his first shot hits the back iron and misses. Flagler on the season, 59%. Bulldogs are going to have to hit free throws if they want to pull out this upset. And it would be a huge upset. Flagler, 2nd shot on the way, and this one's good. Mario Frazier checking back into the ball game for Benachik. 65-57 is your score. Tigers trail. They have the ball. They're making a little bit of a run here. Pendulum starting to swing. Back in favor. Now they go to McWhorter on the left wing, left block, I should say, and he's fouled by Frazier. The game really starting to slow down. McWhorter's going to go to the line as Frazier picks up his third. McWhorter 6 out of 7 from the free throw line. 14 points in the ball game. 3 Tigers with double digits. Walker, Cottrell, and McWhorter all in double figures. McWhorter nails that one. He'll have another. That brings it to a 65-58 score. 10:46 remaining in the ball game. Cumberland trying to upset number 9 Georgetown College. More importantly, this would be a huge confidence boost for the Bulldogs as McWhorter hits his second. Maybe a little momentum going into the conference tournament as well. Flag on the right side. Gets picked up. Gives it up to Bond, who just checked into the game. He's going to try to give it off to Telvin, but he's guarded too closely. They'll give it back to Flag. 17 on the shot clock, under 10.5 on the game clock. Flag, right side. Gets into the paint. Over to Hickerson. Hickerson for 3. And the three's not falling for the Bulldogs anymore, and that's not surprising. You can't expect to hit all of them. And now a foul on Hickerson. So now fouls starting to add up, and again the clock stops. Go clock, go. Non-shooting foul. So no free throws here. Hickerson with his third. Fouls might be an issue for the Bulldogs down the stretch. Walker with the ball. Gets it over to Sandoval, top of the key. Now a little running floater on the way, no good by Bull. And the offensive board goes to McWhorter. He's fouled on the putback and he hits it, so McWhorter now will go to the line for an and one. This can cut it to 3. As Doherty cut to 4, 65-61. The Bulldogs have only hit 1 out of their last 5 from the field. Shots off, so remains a 2-possession game, but the Bulldogs starting to hit a little bit of a slump here on the offensive end. Alex Flagler, right side. Gets a pick from Williams, can't do anything with it. Bounce pass over to Williams now. Williams going to attack the paint. He's going to be called for the block and one. There we go. Paul Williams attacking the rim. Good things usually happen when you attack the paint. That time we're rewarded with a foul and an opportunity for Williams to knock it in and complete a 3-point play. Paul Williams really come to life on the offensive end the last 2 games. A 72% shooter on the season from the charity stripe. 2 for 2 already. Where is he at? Williams has not been to the free throw line here. Shots on the way and good. 9 out of 13 now as a team. Benachik will check into the game as Williams heads to the bench. 7-point lead for the Bulldogs. They've been able to keep a little bit of a buffer here. And Georgetown all of a sudden is going to start rolling the ball in. Hickerson wisely coming up and making them pick the ball up. Keep this clock moving as much as you can. Left side, Cottrell. He'll let it fly for 3. Way off the mark on this one. Wow. He does not shoot the ball that poorly ever. I've never seen it in the 2 years I've been watching him play. Benachik open from 15 on the way. Good! Back out to a 9-point lead for the Bulldogs. 9:15 left to play in this one, and quickly on the other end, they attack the rim. It's going to go out of bounds off of Daquan Bond as Bull was pushing it up the court for the Tigers. 9:14 remaining, 70-61 is your score. The Bulldogs already 8 points above their season average with 9 minutes to play. And they still cannot let it off the gas. Walker into the paint, shot no good. Telvin Wilkerson tracks down the long rebound. Hickerson now, take it across the timeline. Calls out the play already. Hickerson gets a pick from Benachik, crosses his man over. Crosses him again, gets into the paint, all the way to the rack. Can't get it to go, though. Nice move, but can't finish it. Over to Cottrell, and Cottrell's going to take it in, and he's going to be fouled by Benachik. He hits the deck pretty hard. Benachik going over to make sure he's okay. He did not mean to. Cottrell just kind of got in midair and fell. I think he got the wind knocked out of him. Actually, no, he's going to head out for a minute, I think. Make sure he's shaking up a little bit. It might be a shoulder here, yeah. Maybe an elbow. Or it might be cut. Yeah, they're putting the gloves on, so I think he's probably got a little blood on him. So Cottrell will gingerly walk to the free throw line. 70-61. His team trails by 9 right now. The Bulldogs have had the lead the entire ball game so far. Under 9 minutes to play in the game. Shots up, and he just drills it. 23 points now for Cottrell, 7 out of 7. They're 20 out of 24 as a team from the free throw line. That is absolutely keeping them in this game. Second shot on the way, and it's good as well. See how Cottrell feels. He still looks like he might be a little dazed. He went down hard. Flagler across the timeline, man-to-man defense. Gives it to Josh. Josh over to Telvin on the right side. Telvin's going to take his man, loses the handle. And crashing into the scores table over there is Walker, as him and Telvin were both going for the ball, and I think Telvin might have got him on the back of the foot. You know, when you're in grade school, you play that flat tire game where you step on the back of somebody's shoe, and he yelled flat tire. They kind of did that, but he did it in full speed, and he's going to gingerly walk off. So the Tigers getting a little banged up here, as is the scores table over there, but I'm sure everybody over there is going to be just fine. That used to be my spot over there. I'm kind of glad I'm not sitting there right now because he hit right where I would be sitting. He's not going to go back into the ball game. He's going to have to. He's going to be out. He didn't even wait to see. He just walked out of the game. So we'll see what they're going to call here. 8:26 on the clock. 70-63. Your Bulldogs lead. Time with the Bulldogs been able to keep that 2-possession cushion. Georgetown coming into this ball game 21-4 overall. But coming off a loss 2 nights ago, they're ranked number 9 in the country. Cumberland giving them everything they want here today. Left side to Telvin. Telvin over to Benachik. Benachik came open for 3, thought about it, but decides to run the offense. Up top to Josh Wilkerson. He's going to give it over to Telvin. 15-footer on the left side on the way, no good. Oh, and a ticky-tack foul down low. It's not an over the back if he's not blocking out. That's just called 2 guys jumping for the ball. They're going to call Daquan Bond. I don't complain about officiating often, but that was terrible, and that means walking to the other end with the clock stopped will be Georgetown. Sandoval will be shooting the free throws. 58% shooter on the season. I bet he hits both of them. Good grief. Hits that one. 24 out of 28 from the free throw line. If they were a normal average shooting free throw team, we would have this game sealed up right now. But that's usually why good teams shoot free throws well. Second shot's on the way, and he nails that one. So a 53% shooter knocks them both down. Awesome. Closest they've been in a while. It's a 1-possession game, but the Bulldogs have the ball. Josh attacking the paint. Can't get to the rim. Brings it back out on the right side. Gives it up to Frazier, top of the key. Gives it over to Hickerson on the left side. Hickerson up top to Telvin, top of the key. Over to the right side to Josh. Cumberland works through their progressions. Josh into the paint, 15-footer on the way, no good. All of a sudden, the Bulldogs can't hit a shot after being red hot the majority of the game. Up to Sandoval, can't do anything with it. They somehow managed to get it over to Cottrell on the right sideline. He can't do anything with it. They swing it back over. Now they go inside to Sandoval. Sandoval spin move baseline, cut off, can't do anything with it. And on the other end, getting fouled is Burns, and he's going to go to the free throw line. All of a sudden, bodies are flying everywhere. And Burns is a little shaken up. Darian Burns, the freshman from Flemingsburg, Kentucky. 61% shooter on the season. He's going to head to the line for some big free throws. Cumberland now has hit 2 out of their last 8 shots, while Georgetown has gone on a 6-0 run over the last minute or so. Shots on the way. That one no good. Paul Williams checks in for Uros Benachik. Nobody's in denial here, ladies and gentlemen. We know the Stars kind of have to align a little bit for us to pull out this upset. Second shot, that one's off too. So a good foul. Bulldogs once again have the ball as they cling to a 3-point lead. But man, our guys have played hard today. Would love to reward them with a win over a top 10 team. Into the paint, Hickerson. And he gets caught in the air. Tries to give it up to Williams, and it's going to go out of bounds. So it'll go back over to the Tigers. Just the 8th turnover of the ball game for Cumberland. 70-67, and now, for the first time since I can remember, Georgetown has the ball and an opportunity to tie the game. Bulldogs have had the lead the entire game. Shots on the way, off no good. Frazier cleans up the glass. 6:40 and counting. Clock can't go fast enough. Hickerson across the timeline. Down in the corner to Josh Wilkerson. 3 on the way. Good! Yes, sir! Brings it back to a 6-point lead with the 10th three-pointer of the game for Cumberland. Bounce pass over to the side. All of a sudden, a little bit of life back into the Bulldogs, and now they're going to get it to McWhorter. And a absolute lapse on the defensive end as McWhorter gets an easy two-handed slam for his 20th point of the game. 24 for Cottrell, 20 for McWhorter. They're as good as advertised, maybe better. 73-69 your score. Bulldogs with a 4-point lead in the ball. They hand it off to Wilkerson. Josh Wilkerson into the paint. He gets it up to Frazier. Frazier unable to convert. Pushing the ball. Into the paint. Shots on the way. Blocked by Paul Williams. As Burns got in there, now they're going to say off of Georgetown. So once again, the Bulldogs will have an opportunity to extend their 4-point lead. We're under 6 minutes to play. Cumberland trying to upset the number 9 team in the country in Georgetown College. Timeout on Cameron Prather with 8, and Uros Benachik with 7, Mario Frazier with 7. Coach said it, and I think he might have hit it right on the head. In order to win this game, he needs 4 guys in double figures. He has 3 now. Let's see if it can come true. The Bulldogs are shooting 53% in this ball game. They have a 4-point lead here with the ball. Josh Wilkerson into the paint. Can't get it to go, and Paul Williams saved the ball in, and the official right here in front of me completely missed that call. Absolutely missed that call. Paul Williams was still in bounds, and he saved the ball, and they give it to Georgetown. So, under 5.5, Georgetown with the ball, trailing by 4. Cumberland has had the lead the entire ball game. Top of the key they go. Now over the left side to Cottrell. Cottrell inside to McWhorter on the left block, and that's going to be a charge. Yes, sir. That's going to be his 4th. Frazier doing a good job there. He likes that spin move. Frazier moved his feet, got set, and picked up the foul. His 4th. He's going to have to come out of the game. And that's going to bring in Corey Washburn. So McWhorter to the bench with over 5 minutes to play in the ball game. And once again, the Bulldogs with the ball and a 4-point lead. High post, Williams hands it off to Josh. Josh going to give it over to Telvin. And now they're going to call a foul on Paul Williams. Legal screen is what they're going to call. Man, under 5 to play, 73-69. Georgetown trails, but they have the ball. Cottrell on the left side. Fake the 3, now gets it back, top of the key, now let it fly, and he's going to nail that every single time. It's a 1-point game. Bulldogs need a bucket here, 73-72. Both teams struggling the last couple of possessions on the offensive end. Right sideline, they go to Telvin Wilkerson. Telvin back up top to Paul Williams. Paul into the paint, all the way to the rim, and 1, baby! Paul Williams coming to life here. Picked up that foul a minute ago, but gets it back here as he hits the shot, pushes it out to a 3-point lead. If he can hit this, it'll keep it a 2-possession game. Paul Williams, 1 for 1 at the free throw line this afternoon. Only shot is good, and it's back to a two-possession game. 76-72, under 4.5 minutes to play. Georgetown, the number 9 team in the country, having to play very tough here on the road. Long two-pointer, hit the shot clock, off by Cottrell, so it'll go back over to the Bulldogs. Had a good look at it. Bounced up and hit the shot clock, so it'll go back to Cumberland. So once again, Cumberland with the ball, two-possession lead. They lead by 4, almost to the 4-minute mark. Right side, Hickerson. Up top, they get it to Williams. Williams, left side to Josh. Top of the key, Frazier. Hands it off to Telvin. Telvin over to Williams. Cumberland working through some progressions here, trying to get a little clock off, and they're going to call Hickerson for a travel. He did. He didn't come set when he grabbed that. He drugged that pivot foot. And that is going to be the 10th turnover for Cumberland. 3:49 left to play. 76-72 is your score. Bulldogs lead right now. 4-point game. This one might come down to the very last possession. Burns with the ball now for Georgetown. Across the timeline, he's guarded by Josh. Over to the right side to Cottrell. Cottrell's going to take it over to the left side. Goes inside to McWhorter, who checked into the ball game. McWhorter's spin move is good. He has 22 now. It's back to a 2-point game, 3.5 minutes to play. This has been an absolute battle. Across the timeline goes Hickerson, man-to-man defense. Hickerson right side, gets a double screen. Can't do anything with it. Trying to go back to Williams. Williams goes and gets that ball, 15-footer on the way, no good. Frazier trying to get the offensive rebound, but it's going to go off of him, so the Bulldogs going to have to get some stops here. 76-74, they're really starting to struggle from the field. They've only hit 2 of their last 8 shots, and with 3 minutes to play, they lead by 2, but Georgetown with the ball. They're going to go right inside to McWhorter. Why wouldn't you? McWhorter's double team. Good job by the Bulldogs. They have to kick it back out to Bull. Bull, left side, spin move, inside, shots on the way. It's off, and a tough rebound by Williams. Williams going to take it into the front court himself. Left side, back up top to Hickerson. The Bulldogs, 2-point lead with the ball, 2:40 and counting. Hickerson over here right in front of me, gets a pick from Williams and Telvin. Now he's going to get into the paint. Shots on the way, no good. Gets his own rebound. Gets his own rebound again after he had it slapped away. Now Telvin into the paint, attacks the rim and gets it to go. 78-74, 2:20 and counting. Into the paint, they get it to Washburn. Now out to 3. 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded by McWhorter. McWhorter's shot is good. McWhorter gobbled that rebound up. His 11th of the game. Led the entire game against the number 9 Tigers of Georgetown College. They come into this game 21-4 overall. Bulldogs 9-17. This would be a major upset in the Mid-South and across the country. Georgetown, a national title contender. Hickerson across the timeline, over to Wilkerson on the right side. Back up top to Hickerson. Over to Williams on the left side. Over to Telvin. 1:50 on the clock. 15 on the shot clock. 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. They get over to Hickerson. Hickerson into the paint, loses the handle. McWhorter comes up with it. Now across the timeline goes Bull. Bull down inside. They get it to Washburn. He can't do anything with it. They'll get it back out to Cottrell. 1.5 to play. 23 on the shot clock. Inside they go to McWhorter. McWhorter makes a move. Spin move on the way is good. There's just not much you can do with him down there. He has 26 in the ball game, and now it's a tie ball game. First time this has been tied since the tip. 1:14 and counting. Can the Bulldogs pull this one out? Telvin on the right side, up top to Williams. Williams thought about a 3, gives it off to Hickerson now on the left side. Up top to Josh. Josh down in the corner, they go to Telvin. Telvin in the paint. He's triple teamed, and they're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow will go to Georgetown. So, with less than 60 seconds on the clock, Georgetown will have the ball and an opportunity to take the lead for the first time today. 78 is your score. Washburn will set to inbounds in front of me. Can the Bulldogs get a stop and a bucket to win this game? Cottrell, guarded by Josh Wilkerson, across the timeline, has it on the right side. Hands it off to Burns. Burns will take it back to the top of the key. They want to run Cottrell off 2 screens on the baseline. Now they get it into McWhorter on the left block, and he's going to be fouled. Almost a travel in there. I'm with you, Hickerson. I saw it too. But they'll get the foul. They're going to call Frazier. So the Bulldogs have led 39 minutes and 13 seconds of this game. And it only matters at the end of the game. McWhorter to the line, 8 out of 10 today. First one's on the way, misses it. Misses it. He has 26 points and has been almost automatic from the free throw line. As a team, 25 out of 32. Probably not going to miss 2. Hits it. And Georgetown has their first lead of the game. Can we get a bucket? 6 seconds difference between shot clock, game clock. Josh Wilkerson, left side. Over to Telvin. Telvin's going to attack the paint. Shots on the way. No good. Ball's batted around. It's saved in, but it's going to be over to Georgetown. Shot clock is off. They get it over to Burns. Burns down the sideline. Ball's batted around. Now they get it up to Bull. Can they? Now they finally foul, but they have to foul Cottrell. Oh. 8 for 8 from the free throw line. 27 points in the ball game. .87% free throw shooter in Cottrell. He'll be at the line. His team leads by 1. 17 seconds on the clock. First shot's on the way, and he hits it. So we'll either get the ball back trailing by 2 or trailing by 3. It'll be up to us to hit a shot to decide this game. We led the entire game until 47 seconds remaining. Second shot is good. 3-point lead. We've hit in this ball game 10 3-pointers. Can we hit one more to send this into overtime? 81-78. Hickerson with the ball. 9 on the shot clock. 8 on the shot clock. Hickerson left side. Crosses over. Shots on the way. It's good! He nails it. 2 seconds on the clock. Don't foul. Half-court shot on the way. No good. We're going to overtime, baby. Markwell Hickerson hits a shot. Oh, my gosh. Who am I forgetting? Bull. 5 more minutes of this one. I don't know if I can handle it. I apologize if I just broke anybody's eardrums. Good grief. You okay up there, Thomas? Cottrell in Georgetown controls the tip here in overtime. Washburn, top of the key. Oh, and a steal as they try to go inside. They give it up to Hickerson. Hickerson, right side, gets into the paint. Shots on the way. Oh, and Washburn accidentally comes down on his own teammate's head as Cottrell was laying on the ground. He tried to pick up a charge. He's called for the block. And Washburn comes down on his head. I hope it's like that, but I think they're going to put some ice on it. He might not come back into the game. Man, you hate to see that. Markwell Hickerson at the free throw line misses that one. He will have another one. As a team here today, Cumberland now 11 out of 20. Hit one more of those and you win the game in the regulation. Second shot is good by Hickerson. So Bulldogs back out front. 82-81. 4.5 minutes to play here in overtime. Burns now handling point guard. For the first time this game, somebody else handling point guard duties. Burns with it on the left side. Wants a pick for McWhorter. Now gives it to Washburn, who swings it quickly over to the right side to Bull. Bull into Washburn. Now they somehow find Sandoval over there. McWhorter comes down with the missed shot, and his two-handed putback is good. Man. 29 points now for McWhorter. He matches Cottrell for game high. Back out to a 1-point lead for Georgetown. Josh Wilkerson gives it up to Benechik. Benechik's going to hand it off to Telvin. Telvin to Williams. Top of the key, hands it back off Now he'll keep it himself. He's going to take it to the rim. Shot's on the way. It's going to be partially blocked. And coming up with it is going to be Georgetown. They're going to push the ball, and it's blocked by Marquell Hickerson, and Tillman saves it. And then they throw it away. Back over to Washburn, and a quick 2 to Bull. Oh. 3-point lead ties the largest of the game for Georgetown. Marquell Hickerson on the right side. Wants to get a pick now. He'll let it fly for 3. This one way off the mark. And as Josh Wilkerson went out of bounds, nobody was watching. Burns gives him a little forearm shiver, keep him from getting the ball. And now, for the first time, Georgetown will have the ball and the lead. 85-82, and Georgetown wants to talk about it. 3 minutes and 7 seconds remaining in overtime. And 3, and they only led by that many for about 30 seconds. But it was at the right time. Took a 3-pointer by Marquell Hickerson right as time expired to put this game into overtime after the Bulldogs led the entire ball game. Inside now, they go to McWhorter on the right block. Out to Washburn, 15-footer on the way, and now it's a 5-point lead. Under 3 minutes to play, Bulldogs going to have to hit some shots. Cottrell still not in the ball game. Over on the right sideline, tough shot is good by Paul Williams. Cuts it back to 3. 2.5 minutes to play. What a battle we have had here today. We're going to sell this game tape for $10 a pop. Over on the right side, they go to Bull. Bull over to Washburn, gets it down. Inside to Sandoval, back over to Bull. Bull head fakes, gets into the paint. Now back over, 3-pointer on the way, way off the mark, but the rebound is going to be off of the fingertips of Bull. So now Cumberland, with 2:08 remaining in overtime, has an opportunity to get within 1 or tie the game with a 3-pointer, 87-84. And Noah Cottrell is going to come back into the game. Noah Cottrell with some dried up blood on the left side of that face. So he's just giving his ball team everything he has today. Already been cut on the elbow as well. 29 points in the game. Williams, top of the key for the Bulldogs. Thought about a 3. Now gets it over to Benechik. Benechik for 3 out of the corner, and it's good! Tie ball game! 12th three-pointer of the game for Cumberland. 87-87, 145 and counting. Cottrell with the ball. Has it on the left side. Now gets it back. Now goes over to the right side. They get it to Bull. Bull into the paint, gives it up to Washburn, and Washburn hits another 15-footer. And Georgetown back out to 2. 89-87, 120 and counting. Bulldogs trail by 2. They've led almost every single second of this game. Williams, top of the key. Into the paint. Another 3 on the way is in and out, but Marquell Hickerson gets the rebound. Benechik just about gave his team a 1-point lead, but a big offensive rebound by Marquell Hickerson. Hickerson left side to Williams. Williams back up to Hickerson. 20 on the shot clock, 55 on the game clock. Top of the key, Williams. Williams gonna take his man into the paint. Gives it up to Josh. Josh saves that one. 10 on the shot clock. Hickerson with it. Hickerson behind the back. 3 on the way. No good. Ball's batted around. McWhorter comes up with it. A 1-second difference between game clock and shot clock. They've got a foul. Telvin is going to foul Dominique Bull, a 64% shooter. If he can hit both of them, it becomes a 2-possession game. However, if he only hits one, Cumberland will have another opportunity to tie the game. Here in overtime, shot clock is off. Exactly 31 seconds on the game clock. 89-87. Number 9 team in Georgetown in the country has been on the ropes this entire game. First shot's on the way, and he nails it. How many free throws can one team hit? 29 points from the free throw line. Timeout comes in. Benechik with 9. Almost hit another 3. So you got your 4 players in double digits. 29 apiece for Cottrell and McWhorter for Georgetown. And at the free throw line, Dominique Bull just hit one. He'll have another one. He's a 64% shooter on the season. This one's huge. He misses it. It's a 3-point game. Shot clock's off. 25 on the game clock. Josh Wilkerson's going to bring it up the court. Has it on the left side. Josh over to the right side. Gives it up to Benachik. Benachik bobbles it. 15 on the game clock. Josh with the ball. Josh takes it to the top of the key. He's going to get into the paint. He's going to be blocked by McWhorter. The ball bounces around. They get it over to Hickerson. And they're going to say off of Hickerson's knee. They're going to say off of Hickerson's knee. So now with 6.5 seconds left on the clock, Cumberland will have to foul. And he slips. He was out of bounds. Cumberland ball. No, that is Cumberland's basketball. There's no way. No way. That is Cumberland's basketball. If not a travel. Cottrell fell down on the inbounds. Cottrell fell down on the inbounds, has to throw it up, might have traveled, but regardless, it was out on Georgetown. It's right in front of me. A missed call might decide this amazing basketball game. That is Cumberland's basketball. Oh my gosh. 90-87 your score. 3.8 seconds on the clock. Cumberland could possibly still get a steal and a three-pointer here. Georgetown will now inbound about 10 feet to my left. They get it into Cottrell. And he's going to be fouled by Telvin Wilkerson. And Cottrell's going to head to the free throw line. The last person in the world that all his entire team knows to get the ball to him in this situation. He's 10 out of 10 from the free throw line, 29 points in the ball game, and shoots almost 90% on the season from the free throw line. They hit 29 out of 37 free throws in this ball game. That also fouls out Telvin Wilkerson. Cameron Prather's going to come in for him. Noah Cottrell will step to the line. He's been stepped on. He's been knocked down. He's hit the deck more times than I can remember in this game. And now he has an opportunity to seal the game for Georgetown here in overtime with 2.3 seconds left to go in the game. Cottrell at the line. First shot, misses it. 10 for 10, misses that one. And we get a timeout. Cumberland. We're going to take it with us. And we're going to get another timeout. Cumberland takes another one, and I don't blame them. Try to ice Cottrell, outscored us in the second half 42-34, and they've outscored us here in overtime so far 9-6. So Noah Cottrell, 29 points in this game. The 30th is the most important. His team leads by 3. If he hits this, it'll seal the deal. He makes it. He makes it. Going to get a three-pointer on the way by Prather, and he misses it, and time expires. 91-87 is your final.